This is my first time. If I did anything wrong, please let me know and I'll fix it next time. I hope you all are doing well. So let's start the video. Chapter 1: The heart of a demon never has regret, even in death. The sun was sinking low, casting a fiery glow over the battlefield where Fang Yuan stood bloodied and battered. His deep green robes hung in tatters, a testament to the fierce battle he'd fought. His hair, disheveled, framed his pale face, drained of life yet betraying no fear. His once strong body now trembled under the weight of the wounds inflicted by those who sought his life, pooling blood beneath his feet like a macabre testament to his strength. All around him, enemies gathered. The so-called factions of justice warriors and elders from all the lands had joined forces to put an end to the notorious demon who had terrorized them for centuries. The air was thick with their voices full of anger, hatred, and a desperation that betrayed the respect they held for the dying figure before them. Fang Yuan, one voice rang out full of venom. "Surrender the Spring-Autumn Cicada, and we will grant you a swift death." Another added with rage, "You have spilled the blood of thousands in your pursuit of immortality. For that, there will be no mercy." The insults and curses continued to rain down on him, but Fang Yuan remained unmoved. His calm, unflinching eyes swept over his adversaries, a well of untold depth that seemed indifferent to their hatred. His enemies, both old and young, kept their distance, wary of a final strike from the man they had come to kill. For hours, neither side moved, locked in a tense stalemate as the sun dipped below the horizon, staining the sky a deep crimson. Fang Yuan, standing amidst the chaos, allowed himself a smile. So this is how it ends, he thought. His eyes gazed toward the setting sun as his voice, soft but unwavering, echoed through the valley. The sun sets above the blue mountain, the autumn moon with the wind of spring. The morning is fine like hair and night is like snow. Whether you succeed or fail when you look back, there's nothing left. For the first time in centuries, memories of his former life, long buried beneath layers of cruelty and ambition, resurfaced. He had not always been this way. In another life, on another world, he had been a scholar, a man of reason and learning. But fate had torn him from that life, thrusting him into this world of violence, power, and endless pursuit. Over 500 years he had survived, and in that time his heart had turned to stone. He knew his fate. The moment he chose to walk this path of blood and destruction, he had accepted that it would one day lead to his end. Yet, as he stood on the precipice of death, Fang Yuan felt no regret. In his hand he could feel the faint pulse of the Spring-Autumn Cicada, a mystical ghoul with the power to reverse time itself. Fang Yuan's laughter filled the air, startling the warriors around him. "If the Spring-Autumn Cicada works as I intend, I shall remain a demon in my next life as well." His words, laced with dark amusement, echoed across the valley. Fang Yuan awoke to the sound of rain tapping softly against the window. For a moment he lay still, listening, allowing the steady rhythm to anchor him in the present. As he sat up, his fingers brushed across his body. He was young. The pain, the blood, the exhaustion, all gone. He stood and crossed to the window, staring out into the rainy night. Before him lay Guyu village, a place he had not seen in 500 years. The Spring-Autumn Cicada. It worked. His voice was barely above a whisper, filled with disbelief. He stretched out his hand, gazing at his youthful, unscarred skin. "I've been reborn. 500 years in the past." The rain fell in steady drizzles, washing away the sins of the past. But Fang Yuan knew, deep within his soul, that the cycle of cruelty and ambition had merely begun anew. He closed his eyes, taking in the weight of centuries of knowledge and experience. When he opened them, a sharp, cold determination had replaced any hint of nostalgia. This time Fang Yuan whispered to the empty room, "I will not fail." A smirk tugged at the corner of his lips as the sound of rain echoed around him. The demon had returned.